So it's been a bad couple of days for Pokemon. I kind of just need to let all my thoughts out about it. If you are not aware and you don't follow Pokemon news, because why would you? Pokemon's new game ZA comes out in a couple of days. And yikes, a lot of all of Pokemon's like next upcoming games have been leaked. I don't really want to talk about the leaks. I feel like it's poor form and I want to see things when developers are ready for me to see things. When it comes to Pokemon ZA, I want to talk about it. I would say I'm a decent Pokemon fan. As I've gotten older, I've still really enjoyed Pokemon. I play Pokemon Pocket literally every day. But I will say, in the past couple of years, I have struggled. As I've gotten older, Pokemon hasn't been my most favorite thing ever. I do have a lot of plushies, but that's because I think they're cute. I'd say when it comes to the games, I'm like a medium fan. I'm not really ride or die, but I am hoping for them and want the best. From my perspective, when Sword and Shield came out, God, I don't even know when, but when that game came out, I played it. It was alright. I remember the rival kid being kind of annoying, and it was kind of just like a, okay, game. Like, I played it, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like it wasn't that crazy, right? And then I wasn't really paying attention to Pokemon, and then out of nowhere they hit me across the head with and I was a dummy. I was I was tricked. I was fooled because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to any of the conversation going on with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Okay, it was Scarlet, but I literally blocked it out of my head. I'm not even sure because I literally erased it from my memory. That game came out a couple years ago as well, and I wasn't paying attention and I just bought it because I was like, I could go for another Sword and Shield. It looked exactly like Sword and Shield to me, so I was anticipating the Sword and Shield experience. A mediocre good time. And let me tell you, the way this game, within the first minute of me being able to control my character, I glitched out and got stuck. You know, kind of said, you know, maybe it's just some bad luck. Maybe, you know, I just got clipped somewhere and I shouldn't have been walking there. So I kept playing, and every time I kept going, you know, something story relevant would happen. I'd wander around. The game would just start breaking. At least when I played Sword and Shield, it was working and it was loading. And even though it wasn't super interesting, I was still kind of following along. I felt like this was a really bad game. It was barely working. It barely ran. It was so uninteresting. It basically felt like a worse version of Sword and Shield. It's a very kid-friendly game, and there's something to really like enjoy from that kind of experience because you don't really have to use your brain too much, you know? Like you just kind of get to experience this very elementary kind of game, turn your brain off a little bit, and look at and collect some cute Pokemon. So when Pokemon ZA was coming out, I was skeptical. Some might say I was Pokemon's biggest op because I didn't believe them. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet burned me, okay? Burned. I am a one and done kind of girl. You have to go out of your way to get my forgiveness. That sounds really intense. I'm not that intense, but I remember, okay? I was burned, okay? If you release a game to me that is barely working, I don't care if it's ugly, but if it won't even fucking work, betrayal. What kind of led me to even making this video is, yes. Nintendo did a direct recently, and so if you did not watch the Nintendo Direct, I'm jealous of you. And basically what Pokemon announced in this whole scandal is that they are releasing a DLC to go along with the new Pokemon game that you can buy now, right? You could buy it since the direct, which was like a month ago. On top of all of this, right, the preview for the DLC, I didn't really get what was going on. I was kind of confused. I thought the design looked good, but I was skeptical because I was like, well, you showed me this other picture before that I thought the game was going to look like, and it actually looks like this, so I don't trust you. After the direct, I decided to go on the Nintendo store and kind of, you know, do that thing where I read the description to figure out what exactly this is. And so I think the DLC is like I think it's $19.99, so it's around $20. And basically what it is it's an extra story that's like a part of the game, and you also get 2 new pieces of clothing. So the fun part about this DLC is that everyone was very upset about it because the argument was, well, why am I going to buy a DLC for a game that's not even out yet? Traditionally, video games should release the DLC after the game, so I have a reason to keep playing it. If anything, it sucks that it feels like they are preying on people who are really excited about this game. Or, you know, potentially they're trying to cause more uproar about it so more people talk about it, like me, so then they get free marketing. I don't know. That's why it's kind of like, whatever, you know? We live in such a weird society at this point. And I don't want to get all existential about it because I feel it coming. In order for, I'm imagining, Nintendo to justify in Pokemon this cute little DLC, the outfits that I mentioned are available like upon like right away, right? So you don't have to wait till February for these cute little outfits. You get them now. I am a sucker for a cute outfit in a game, okay? I will go to the most extreme lengths in a game to get an outfit. So you might be asking, Emma, what are these outfits? What do they look like? They're ugly. They're ugly. Why? 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 This is what I'm spending $20 for? I'm crazy. I will spend $20 on a good outfit. This is not it. Not it. I don't feel like I need to say this, but I'm gonna say this. This is all my opinion, okay? This is my opinion. I'm just one girl in a room that kind of likes Pokemon and has maybe too many Pokemon plushies, okay? Take that into account when taking my opinion. It's not really like, I don't think it's that serious. It's a Pokemon game, but at the same time, it is this serious because it is a Pokemon game, okay? My entire childhood is riding on the fact that this game needs to be good, okay? Because if it's not good, I can't properly live through my nostalgia, and I can't properly live through my childhood when things were easier and I didn't have so many responsibilities, and Game Freak and Nintendo are ruining it. How could they ruin my life like this? So now we have to talk about Mega Evolutions. So if you're like me and you're like, what the fuck are Mega Evolutions? Let's learn together because I don't know. Mega Evolutions are a temporary, powerful transformation that specific Pokemon can undergo during battles to gain increased stats, new abilities, and sometimes a new type. And they get like a new design, and that's what people are really excited about. They're excited about like the Mega Evolution designs. So we're gonna talk about some of them because some of them have been leaked. Now, I think that there's actually like quite a few Pokemon with Mega Evolutions. I don't really care to talk about all of them. I kind of want to just talk about the main ones. New design for Pokemon I love, yay! So Tepig's Mega Evolution, I'm starting out because I like it. I actually do like it. I do think it's a little intense. But I like the design. I think it's interesting. I like the detail. I would give this design like I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. I like it. The next one we're going to be looking at is, Totodile's Mega Evolution. Right off the bat, I don't like it. He has this like top part that like comes down. I don't think that it's interesting. And to be honest, it's a little freaky. and I don't think I like it. Like, these are all initial reactions, just like, ooh. Chikorita. This one, I think I would say I'm the most disappointed about, because I like Chikorita. And I like Bayleaf. It's like, I don't know what they were thinking. She just don't got a neck anymore. It looks silly, guys. Guys, it looks silly. It does. We're gonna move on to my favorite. This one is my favorite, and to be honest, this one would make me play the game just to get this Pokemon and their Mega Evolution, and that's Starmie. They just gave him legs. Like, I feel like Tepix was actually kind of interesting, and then we're just going downhill in ideas. We just gave him legs, and the way he runs around, oh my god. Oh my god. What have they done? This shit is crazy to me. This shit is crazy. And you know, there's more. Like, there's so many of them too. I feel like there's a fine line between amplifying the Pokemon's like existing traits and amplifying them in a way where they just look kind of dumb. Now, to kind of close out, because I mean, we could go through more Mega Evolutions, but I really can't be bothered. I think part of the fun of this game for people is actually going to be finding the Pokemon's Mega Evolutions and discovering them and being like, whoa! Like, I think that's probably part of the game. I could ramble forever about things like this. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you liked it, think about subscribing and maybe even do it. Oh my god. Do it. I bet you wouldn't. I bet you wouldn't subscribe right now. I bet you wouldn't subscribe and like this video. Okay, I'm tired. Bye.